Hi everybody, welcome back to Living Outside the Queue. It's Fab Poli, and today we're going to be talking about an interesting book. It's The Art of the Deal, written by Donald Trump, or as we call him today, President Donald Trump. Now, I read this book the very first time, it must have been just over 30 years ago. I'm going to be 50 in a few months' time. I must have been about 19 years old when I first came across Donald Trump, and I read this book. And I actually had a paperback version of the book. And let me just tell you the story of what happened to that book. I kept that book, I read it a number of times, and then we moved to the Middle East, and unfortunately we had a flood in the house, and that book got damaged. So I was a bit, sad, because it was a book that I cherished and I really enjoyed. The book got damaged, and so we moved back to England, and a few years later, this was way before President Trump decided to run for president, I went on eBay, I think it was Amazon actually, and I ordered a second-hand copy of this book. And it only cost me £2, including shipping. The book arrives, and guess what was inside the book? Yes, look here. The autograph, the actual autograph of the man that then became President of the United States. So incredible. So that catastrophe of that book being damaged actually turned me into going and ordering another copy, which actually was hardback, cost me less than the paperback, and also autographed by the President of the United States. So great. But anyway, let's turn to the book and the content of the book and why I think this is a good book. Now, a lot of people criticize Donald Trump because they say, well, it was easy for him. His dad gave him a few $1 million, and that's how he made his fortune. So, if I'd had a few $1 million, I would have made a fortune. But no, let's think carefully here at what he did. Now, Donald Trump's father used to build apartment buildings in Queens, which is one area of New York, okay? And he grew up on the construction sites with his dad, went to the Wharton School of Finance, came back, worked with his father for a while, and then he had his sights on building some buildings in Manhattan. So off he goes to Manhattan. He didn't know people there, but he knew he needed to get into the right circles. And this is one of the things he says in the book. You've got to get around the right people. You've got to get into the right circles. Now, one of the key learning points in the book is obviously Donald Trump made his money building real estate. Now, you've probably heard real estate investors talk about investing. They say the most important thing is location, location, location. Well, Trump turns this completely around and he says, well, going out and buying in the right location, yes, may be a good idea, but it also does cost you quite a bit of money. But what if you buy in a location and then you make that location a good location? And this is what Donald Trump's strategy has been with real estate, where he's bought up different properties in an area and then improved those properties, consequently improving the overall area, which then increases the value of all the properties in that area. So I think that was a key thing. And then he talks about negotiating and all sorts of other interesting stuff, but I don't want to spoil the other interesting parts in the book, because I think one of the interesting parts of reading a book is to sort of discover what's in there. It's not the only book I've read written by Donald Trump. It's interesting stuff in here, whether you like him politically or not, forget that side of things, but this is definitely an interesting read. If you are into business and you're thinking of investing in real estate, this is a good book to buy and to study, because there's lots of interesting stuff in here. Well, that's all from Fab Poli at Living Outside the Cube, so please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done already, share this video, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.